Beletahunter Productions Publishing. Book Club Recommendations and Excerpt Reading. An agenda will be a brief welcome from me, a platform description about the day's discussion. I will present the book title. I will talk about the book's genre. I will give a little bit about the book as a book description. I will do an excerpt reading, and I will do a summary Q&A wrap-up. Welcome to Beletahunter Productions Publishing. My name is Tanya Hunter. I'm the one facilitating this learning today, as well as the one reading the excerpt. I hope that you enjoy this presentation. Thank you. I routinely make book recommendations for a reading. I always like to recommend the books that I've written for you to read. However, I often do other books as well. But for this platform today, it will be a book that I have written. I will do an excerpt reading from the book. I will give you the title and description for that book, as well as your options for purchasing the book if you care to do so. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. The title of this book is Date This, Not That. Find Love Without Advertising It by Tanya Hunter. This book was published in December 2017. This book is a work of nonfiction. It is under the self-help category. Thank you. This book is self-help category. It is entitled Date This, Not That. Yes, there is an appointed time for everything. Nothing just happens. When the confusion and dust settles, you would be left with a masterpiece that defines your purpose. I never just wanted someone I had chemistry with. There is chemistry with everyone you date, but not everyone you date is your soulmate. A soul partner doesn't fill a void. The soulmate complements. You need visibility, a connection, and wholeness. Soul partners are not sought out, but you have to be visible. That visibility is not the same as being too revealing, underdressing, or looking too thirsty. The universe does not need your help assigning your mate. It has been said in the good book that a man chooses his wife. Therefore, ladies, let him choose you. Be ready and respect his choice. You can see, and he can see you, and he can hear you. Be patient, be silent, and you will know how to date this and not that. The person is only seen fine and looking good on the computer with your best foot forward and your best outfit and the great pose. Also, like a fancy world, it puts dating back a few steps to all the time chatting online and texting is wasted. A person can delete and edit his personality and professional profile, whereas if seen in person, what you see is what you get. There is no taking a picture with perfect lighting or taking a picture in an outfit that makes you look slim. There is no photoshopping in real life. Like I stated before, people are not trying to be fake on purpose. It's just a person can revise, rethink, and revise a response without seeing the recipient's facial expressions. They cannot revise an answer or ask a friend what I should do or what I should say in person. They cannot turn to another and ask, how do I respond? They cannot answer, then change the answer in front of a person. However, online, they can look up an answer or ask someone else what to say or how to respond. Sometimes online dating hinders a person from asking questions that they would normally ask in person. One reason for this is because those questions seem creepy online, but it's normal to ask in person. For instance, a person can ask, "Oh, where do you work?" or "How many children do you have?" and even show them pictures of their children. But if online they start asking you, "Where do you work?" or "Can I see your kids?" you may think that they want to stalk you on your job or kidnap your children. Therefore, online limits what you can ask, and those unanswered questions may be the most important questions as a deal breakers. Then to find out the answers after meeting and have wasted all that time chatting just to end up walking away or having to start all over again. It is like scratching a lottery ticket and the feeling you get when you do not win. It is subtle, but it's a letdown nonetheless. She also expressed to me that sometimes people are so disrespectful online because they do not have to see you face to face. Therefore, they do not care about what they say and how they make you feel. Because you cannot see their face or feel their spirit. You learn humanity by being around humans. Social media have made me stressed out. I feel obligated to respond or like someone's post or picture. One day I wished someone a happy birthday. Then I felt that I had to go back the next day to wish someone else a happy birthday because I did not want them to wonder why I wished someone else a happy birthday and not wish them a happy birthday. So, date the real way. There are ways to find that perfect mate. All you need to do is relax, imagine, feel, believe, detach. There are ways to get him to talk to you. All you have to do is speak to him. If he is your soul partner, he will respond to the sound of your voice. The first conversation you have will be a lover's conversation when you meet. It might not sound like it because he may just be asking you for the time or you may just be asking him for direction. But hearing each other's voice will leave a lasting impression and he will walk away remembering what you sound like when you said the simplest thing. You can get him to notice you. As I said, we are attracted to each other's scent. He will notice you if you're clean, neat, warm, and have a beautiful smile. He will not notice you if you have a scowl on your face or if you're walking around like you hate the world. Your warm and inviting personality will cause him to notice you. What kind of image are you projecting? Are you too thirsty or are you disinterested? Remember, you cannot and will not attract what you do not respect. This lack of respect can be subconscious and unintentional. Say, for instance, a woman is young, educated, self sufficient, has her own house, has her own car, and a very secure career. This woman also was raised by an independent woman who was self assured as well. This lack of male role model may cause this woman to not see the important need or role a male plays in her life. Therefore, may turn men away unbeknownst by her personality or strong persona. Create an opportunity to meet. If you want to meet and marry an artist, then hang around art galleries. You need to be present and visible. No one is ever going to meet you hiding in the house. So you need to go outside every once in a while. Yes, there is an appointed time for everything. Nothing just happens. When the confusion and dust settles, you'd be left with the masterpiece that defines your purpose. I never wanted someone based on physical attraction alone, or someone I just had chemistry with. There is some sort of chemistry with everyone you date, but everyone you date is not your soulmate. A soulmate does not fill a void, but complements your already well-defined life. You need to have some sort of chemistry, but also a connection and some wholeness. Soulmates or soul partners are not sought out, but you do have to be visible. The one who got away. Yes, I lost my man. The job I did not take. Yes, I lost my dream job. The kids I'm waiting to have. Yes, I missed my opportunity to have a family. I lost this, I lost that, and I lost everything. That is what you say. But you haven't lost your man. You haven't lost your job. You haven't lost your family. Girlfriend, you done lost your mind. We all have this idea of what we think a perfect man is and having a perfect love life is. Then one day fantasy meets reality and reality kicks fantasy's ass, leaving you standing there feeling lost. My life could have been a book or a movie, definitely a reality show. I like watching television dramas and reading tragedies and novels, but then I realized that I was not watching television at all. This was my dramatic, tragic life. I had to start applying the knowledge that I had to turn this crap around. What do I know about men? What have I learned about relationships and people? How do I even feel about relationships? Do I even want a man? Men are logical and linear, but women are more emotional and philosophical. Men speaks to convey information. That is why they are of such few words. Their lack of chattiness makes them appear uncaring and disinterested. Men seek seclusion when analyzing and working out a problem, whereas me, as a woman, wants to talk about the problem and my progress so far. I learned that men are visual creatures. No, that does not mean you need to draw them a picture or send them a photograph of your boobs. This just means that their brains process visual spectacles. All that being said, I concluded that I do indeed still like men, and I definitely wanted and needed one for obvious and not so obvious reasons. I speak my mind and it's very frank, but from an emotional place. Men are not emotional, but intellectual rather than emotional. It is important to understand the difference between responding and reacting. As a woman, I choose to learn to have mercy. I choose to learn that it is not what's important to win, and it is not important to win the battle and lose your lover. I recommend that unless he has done something earth shattering, just forgive him and stop making a big deal about everything. I also learned that I find it sexy if a man is a family man. His dedication to his family is an impressive quality. I am attracted to a man who seems to be good at the family thing. I look at the core person. What are things that are seen or transient? What are things that are unseen or eternal? I wanted someone who knows how to love and wants to be loved. In other words, if he ain't no criminal and he loves the children, he works hard and he knows how to do what he needs to do, then I have no complaints. An ideal mate is someone who has the willingness to get to know the other person without even considering the attractiveness or the sex appeal. Someone who is willing to stay when things get ugly, doubtful, or scary. Someone who's smart enough to recognize that the relationship between the two of them does not have to be textbook or what's seen on television, but is unique to the two of them. Women should not see themselves as objects. They should be turned off by men who whistle at them and think that they're cute. They should get offended when people say, "Why? Why are you single when you are so pretty?" You should ask him or her how important looks are to them. Take note of how he cares about his own body. Does he seem to be clean and well kept? Does he seem to be in good physical shape? Does it look like he goes to the gym? Well, if he cares about his body, he probably wants someone who does the same. It is rare that you will find a very good looking man with a nice body on the arms of a person who looks disheveled and unkept. So ask him about aesthetics. Say something like, "I know you care about your body, and that is great, but are you the type that will leave a person if they no longer look good, loses a limb, has a breast removed, or have a hysterectomy, or get fat?" That is important because, like I said, he will revert back to what he likes. Like, what the hell does looks have to do with what makes someone's marriage material? I know men are visual beings, so it is hard to expect them to get past the attractiveness. Women should want a man who does not say anything stupid as he gazes at her with googly eyes. Watch his body language as he approaches to see if he appears sincere. If he is licking his lips as he walks towards you, that may be a bad sign, unless you're into that. Look for his strong eye contact, assertiveness, but not aggression. Learn the difference between when a man is being confident and not being arrogant. Understand that boldness is not bossy nor controlling. I get so angry when women tell me that they have a list of criteria that they use to choose a mate. Then I look at their list and it consists of stupid questions like, what is your favorite color or favorite movie? That tells you nothing about who he really is. It just tells you what color he likes and will most likely be wearing while he's out cheating on you or hanging out with his boys or lying around the house on the couch not working. The more substantive inquiries would be things like, how do you respond to situations? Are you nice to people? Other serious questions would be, how do you handle things when you're upset? Are you patient? Are you loving? Are you lovable? Want to be loved? Want to love and know how to love? Some questions like, how many children you want and do you want to get married are questions that some experts suggest are questions that should come later on fear of running him off. I totally disagree. Women should know from day one if this motherfucker wants children and definitely find out his feelings toward marriage. Ask him if he has a family or if he has other family members and what are their relationship status. I'm not just talking about his parents and grandparents. I want to know and inquire about other people in his family, such as cousins. Remember, when I said earlier that you will not attract what you cannot respect, where there's a loophole with this one and not a good loophole, well, not a good loophole for women, men benefit greatly from that loophole because women are so desperate and thirsty that they will allow themselves to get involved with a man whom does not respect women or relationships. So those losers will attract a woman not because he is putting out good energy, but because he is a man and he has a penis. A woman usually wants a man who earns a high salary. I do not think that the salary is as important as what he does with his money. It is all right for a woman to ask a man to tell her more about his career and find out how he feels about his manager and if he respects authority. It is totally fine for her to ask him to explain his job duties and explain what exactly it entails. You can ask him about his relationship history to see if there is a pattern of behavior that is worth noting. Is he a one night stand type of guy? How long was his last relationship? And where does he usually meet his potential mates? Yes, it is important if he meets his last three girlfriends in a strip club or bar. That will indicate two things. First, it will let you know that he frequents those places, and it will let you know that he likes those type of women. All information you need to know before getting involved with someone. If he likes big booty women that can drop it, then you need to either be a big booty woman that can drop it or expect to lose him one day when he reverts back to his old habits or give in to his addiction to spanking and slobbering up those big shaking asses. And I ain't mad at him either. I would only be angry if he did not reveal that information at the beginning of the relationship. Please marry what you want. Everyone should marry what they want. Everyone should marry what they want. A person is only doing a disservice to him or herself when he or she denies their true self. It is hot and steamy is what you want, then marry a person who is hot and steamy. Everybody is always trying to act so prim and proper, but prim and proper goes out the window when the real truth comes out. So, ladies, do not set yourself up for a future heartbreak. Accept the fact that you cannot change a man and that he wants what he wants. Do not deny him that, and do not deny yourself a chance to be with the real person you deserve to be. Questions and answering session. One reason I wrote this book and the other relationships book is because people seem to have a problem getting along with each other. I find it difficult to understand why. Then again, I do understand why because we put so much energy into it and we overthink it. So I just wanted to jot down some ideas that I hope would be helpful for the intended reader, who would be someone who's interested in relationships, interested in who they should date and who they shouldn't date. Some ideas of some cues and behavior patterns that you should look for in a potential mate and some signs that you should avoid. This book is available in print as well as Kindle version, and it is available wherever you buy your books. Thank you for listening to this week's book recommendation and excerpt readings. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Thank you.